I'm feeling a nice motivational talk today because it's 2018 and I think God's got big things planned for all of us this year. So I'm going to kick it off with some of my favorite Bible verses. Mark 11:23. Amen, I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, be lifted up and thrown into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says will happen, it shall be done for him. And probably my favorite verse, Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Now the second one, it's powerful, it's awesome, it gets me hyped. But the first one, it's a little more out there, right? It's a little more specific, a little more ambitious. So what exactly do these mean for us? You probably know the story. It's the middle of the night and the apostles are in a boat sailing across the Sea of Galilee without Jesus. And while the waves are crashing all around them, they see an image of a person coming towards them, walking on top of the water. The man himself, Jesus. And then Peter says, Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water. And Jesus does. And Peter hops out of the boat and he walks on water too. Here's what the story means for us. Jesus shows us, and Peter shows us here too, that with extreme faith, we can walk on water. If we 100% trust in Jesus, we can walk on water. Does that mean literally walking on top of water? Maybe not, because looking at the story, Peter doesn't just hop out of the boat right away all like, dang man, if Jesus can walk on water, maybe I can too, so I'm just going to go for it. No. Instead, he says, command me to come to you on the water. It isn't some kind of recreational, adventurous act. It's an act of obedience. Peter says, Lord, if you command me to come to you on the water, if you will for me to do this, I will place my trust in you and I'll do it. So it doesn't mean going out and doing something crazy just for the heck of it and believing that having faith in Jesus is going to cause you to succeed, but rather doing something that is difficult or maybe far-reaching, but that you know is God's will for you, and that's going to have a positive impact on your life and people's lives around you. And through that, placing your trust in Jesus, knowing that you will succeed. One other thing, what happens next in the story. As Peter's walking, it says, he noticed how strong the wind was and became frightened, and he began to sink. Peter took his focus off of Jesus and placed it on the storm, and he began to doubt. And that doubt caused him to sink. This passage says that if we 100% trust in Jesus, we can walk on water. But the moment our doubt becomes greater than that trust, we begin to sink. And the reality is that as rational human beings, it is very difficult for us to overcome that doubt. Just like Peter, it is very natural for us to fear in a storm, in difficult situation, in uncomfortable circumstances. We almost automatically have some sense of fear. Fear of failure, fear of embarrassment, or of being uncomfortable. But what if we could overcome that fear? What if our faith was greater than our fear? That's where Peter was in the moment he stepped out of the boat. In that moment, he trusted Jesus more than he feared the storm, and he was able to walk on water. Jesus is telling us that when your faith is greater than your doubt, when your faith is greater than your fear, you can move mountains, you can walk on water, you can do all things. Whatever mountains there are in your life, with faith, you can overcome. Whatever storms there are in your life, with faith, you can overcome. When we place our trust in God, when your faith is greater than your fear, you can do amazing and wonderful things. And the last thing that I want to say, from the book that I'm reading, which inspired this video, by John Ortberg, is actually the title of the book. If you want to walk on water, you've got to get out of the boat. To be able to do the great things God has planned for you, you've got to take that first step. Take a chance on faith. Get out of your comfort zone and make that move towards the greatness God has waiting for you. Jesus is standing on the water, commanding you to come to him. And when you confidently take that first step, when your faith is greater than your fear, you can walk on water.